for dollar.
You make me sick. I don't like any of yous.
You know, if they,
Oh, go to hell. Go to hell. Bye.
This man has to go. He is an absolute disgrace. He needs to get the hell out of New York City, big time, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I really, really wanted to end this week on a high note, and then this man sits there and contaminates my mind, contaminates the city of New York City. This man is an unmitigated disaster. Nothing ever goes right.
Let me stop that. Let me stop. Let me reel in myself emotionally. I'm trying to be cool. It's just hard. I'm tired of suffering. Why would you say something so blasphemous?
This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
I mean, this is look, man. I am suffering. It's hard to take. How many years?
How? What game were you watching?
Hey, what happened to your balls? You should be playing with them.
Forgot to bring him with me. Sorry.
You have got to be kidding me!
If you take Steph Curry,
how do you, something is wrong with you,
yes,
sir.
The sun is shining on you. The sun is shining on us.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch! What? It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
Okay, that's enough of that. You know it's going to be a good stream when your entire computer locks up the second you try to do anything. So this is already off to a fantastic start. I see none of the settings I put into YouTube saved at all, which is nice. Let me fix that. And this won't be a long stream today because I literally just got off of a like 8-hour recording session. And because of that, I am reasonably tired of commentating. I used to be able, well, I don't actually know. Did I ever used to commentate that much? I actually could not even say for sure. But welcome everybody to the stream. It's a wonderful day to play Spyro and other things. So really quickly before I begin, I will tap into. Oh, hold on, my Switch is on something else, right? Yeah, there's new data for Fire Emblem too. I didn't even updated at all. So I'll really quickly save my progress, and then I will close it because I'm not playing that right now. Yeah, I just got done with like an 8-hour session of Fire Emblem. It's gonna automatically update, whatever. I didn't buy the DLC yet, and I will. But yeah, what a game, to say the least. I am completely blown away. It has thoroughly tanked my feelings, my emotions. Just nothing good has gone right so far in my playthrough. But I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. It's definitely rare that I find a game that I'm so attached to at the hip. Why is this not updating? Oh, because I didn't hit done. That's actually bad. Also didn't update the title. I'm not updating the title on Mixer. I don't care. It is what it is. But what a day, to say the least. So I'm gonna let this finish updating, and then I will start with Spyro, and then finish with Spyro 2, and then we'll go from there. Honestly, like I said, it's probably not going to be a long session, because it's already like about 9:40 something when I'm starting. Probably not going to go for a ridiculous amount of time, because I kind of just want to sit back and be lazy. I already put in my 8 hours for the day, which is already a lot. I couldn't tell you what the most hours, as I stand up for the first time in literally like 4. Couldn't tell you what the most hours I've ever recorded have been. Ironically, it wasn't back when I used to record like basically every weekend for hours at a time. It's really only in the new era of me recording that I record for such long periods of time, which is really crazy when you think about it. My when I think back to some of the longest playthroughs I've ever played, Fire Emblem, could it be up there? Maybe. 60 hours is nothing to sneeze at by far. I mean, my in-game timer is approaching 50, but 60 hours is definitely nothing to be ashamed of either by far. And honestly, it's probably the longest Switch playthrough I've done, and I'm not even at the end of it. And that's what's so crazy, is that like it was really worth the time and effort. I don't mind focusing on it over other projects at the moment, because I do want to put a lot of effort into conclusively playing and finishing the game. And I didn't actually get to do anything I wanted to do or said I was going to do. Yesterday I was out, and that's completely on me. And I'll get around to it at some point in the near future. I have a few things I need to fix in my room, as well as just other stuff to do in general. So things will go fine. I think we've been having a pretty good last couple of weeks. Let me make sure that the settings are right for this. Sometimes it's weird when I switch between my different profiles. Yeah. The Elgato likes to forget that I wanted to do 1080p sometimes. I think depending on what profile you're in, it tries to do weird stuff. So I might just not switch profiles anymore. I think that's causing a lot of problems and issues, and I don't think I want to do that anymore, unless it's something else. Like specifically for my Elgato, I think I'm just going to not do that. See, now it should look a lot cleaner, because it's doing 1080p now. So I might not do that anymore. But yeah, let me scroll this over. And let me... I hate that there's no button on my monitor to do this. You have to manually hit the 3 buttons in order every time. And then we can begin. Like I said, I'm only beating Spyro 3 on this, and then I'm totally not playing this again. Because I just did play it like about a month or 2 ago, so... I don't want to run Spyro into the ground. The PC version of this is so good. It's such a refreshing mix of things. But I do want to master all the games for this on Switch, just so I can have a 100% file for everything. Dude, there's lag even on the intro screen. I mean, that's the weird thing about the Switch, is like the console does a lot of weird stuff, but at the same time, I honestly think it's just like Nintendo really optimizes their games well, because I guess it's in-house, but everyone else kind of really struggles to do the same. It's really kind of weird, because like Three Houses runs pretty much flawlessly, but this game doesn't. But on PS4 and definitely on PC, it runs really well. Obviously on PC it can just use as much of my computer's resources as need be. That's even on Ultra. That's why I like it so much. I might boot it up on PC right at the end of whenever we're done. Just to do that. So if we don't finish this today, we'll finish it next time I play it. I won't say tomorrow. And then at some point I have to do a couple other things. Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day to whoever may inevitably watch this. I hope you have a wonderful, love-filled Valentine's Day with the people who you care about the most. And, depends. How much do I want to be annoyed today at all the stupid stuff that I need to do? Let's clear Winter Tundra. Because that's the only thing I really care about. That's why I think that's part of the reason why I like Spyro 3 the most. Because Spyro doesn't really unlock any new abilities as you play the game. You just unlock different characters to play as. So I kind of like the feel of Spyro 2, mixed with a little bit of like the implementation of Spyro 3. I think that's really the best way to put it. It really is crazy, man. I think I've played these games for so long, you know? Did I do Metro Speedway? I did not. So I need to do that when I go back. I did the other one, the Icy Speedway, right? Yeah. It's really weird how, like, Autumn Plains is, like, the most worlds. I forget if I read up on this game and if they said that they didn't want to do a spring world, but it sure does feel like this game needed to have 4 worlds. And I think that's the one thing I don't like about it, is that it lacks, like, what I feel would be like a necessary 4th world. I think that would have been cool. You could maybe argue Dragon Shores is like your 4th world, but I feel like it would be greater if it was more than that.
Well,
okay, Cloud Temples. That's why it's so ridiculous. But yeah, I was late to streaming again today. I won't be late tomorrow. Today I was late because I was playing Fire Emblem and I got to a portion of the game. It was a very story-intensive purpose, and I did start late. I started at 2. What I really wanted to do is I wanted to start at 12, which meant I would have woken up earlier, and I didn't. I woke up at 12, and that didn't really work out too well. Metropolis?
I can see you.
Yeah. We get like 2 robot worlds. But that's what I mean. I think it would be really cool to remake the Spyro Game Boy games. And especially since you have the engine, all it really is just transferring the worlds to 3D. I mean, obviously everything is easier said than done, but I think that would be such an awesome kick-ass twist. It would be beautiful, man. I wonder what's down here. Is that just an infinite pit? Or what? Oh no, okay. You swim through it. I see. I was gonna say, I've never dropped in that hole in particular. Okay, 42. Go back and get the remaining gems and then we'll leave. We'll finish off at least Autumn Plains today, hopefully. And then save pretty much the rest of Winter Tundra. Oh yeah, there's an orb in there instead of any gems. I think it's really crazy how nice this game looks. I'm confident in Activision. I know I have no right to be, but I am confident they'll do Spyro some good justice. My years of playing so many other games would teach me otherwise, but you never know, right? I like to have some faith in game developers, you know? A lot of people, I think, don't have a lot, which is understandable given all the nonsense and bullshit that's happened across, what, the last however many years. I could totally see why people don't trust them. But sometimes they do stuff, they make either good games, or they just do things that, in my opinion, validate how trustworthy they are. And I think that that's always a good thing to see. Alright, so we're going back to autoplanes. Like, a lot of people don't like the new Assassin's Creeds, and that's fine. I really, I'm a huge fan of the new Assassin's Creeds. I get that they're different styles of games. I think Origins is a cool... Oh, what's up, Lum? I appreciate you dropping by the stream. First of all, hope you had a good Valentine's Day. You know, if you went out with anyone, or if you spent the day by yourself, you know, spread the love, even if it's to yourself. That's always a good thing. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. Something. I trust game developers. Some of them. I don't trust EA. That's kind of been, I'd even argue, something that's been around on my channel forever. I don't trust EA at all. But I think my distrust of EA comes from a long history of them doing scummy stuff. And frankly, Black Flag is the best, and I spent the day by myself. Hey, listen, I spent the day by myself too. The only thing I might do tomorrow is I might go see the Sonic movie, which I was supposed to do today, but I woke up so late, I didn't even bother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually check my, what is it, Fandango or AMC? I'm going to check and see if they have any spares, any free tickets tomorrow, because I want to do that. That's all good, man. I spent the day by myself. It was fine. I had a good day. I did what I wanted to do, right? Like that's all I can really ask for sometimes. Sonic movie is fire. Well, that's what I'm hoping, because I really did I get him? I think he only needs to flame the rope thing. Hang on, I really hate this one in particular. Hang on, this way. Let me do this properly first. Oh, this is slightly rough. I think you're supposed to... Oh, not the door. I think you're supposed to do only a few of them and then wrap back around. Okay. Alright, perfect. That's the first time I've ever done that on the first try. It's a 7 out of 10. Oh, did you go see it? Honestly, a 7 out of 10, in my opinion, is perfectly fine. It's a video game movie. The odds are already stacked against it. And considering I consider some of the latest movies that have come out to be literal garbage, I'll accept what I can get. Oh shit. Okay. Like, for instance, I hated the latest Star Wars movie. I don't think I'm going to like the new James Bond movie.
We've been having
I'm not a big fan of modern day movies. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I'm definitely going to go see it tomorrow. 1,000,000%. I was going to do it today, but I was a little sore, so I was like, okay, I'll just stay in and play games. I woke up late, too. That was pretty much the end of that. I'm just glad it's a good movie, of anything, because I want it to do well. I mean, they took the time to do the redesign. I think that should count for something. And the reason I say that is because they didn't have to redesign it. I think a bunch of studio bigwigs just told them, listen, you're going to make him look that bad, and we don't care. And the internet kind of spoke up. And it's a rare case of I want to show them through action. Hold on. That's always a close one. I want to show them through action that I support that kind of behavior. Because I do. Because that's honestly how it should be. I mean, You could argue that the right thing to do would be that they get it right the first time. You wouldn't be wrong.
Well done. You really...
Okay, we're already done here, which is nice. Get out. Obviously, a studio should be more in touch. Yeah, they either went bankrupt or they got closed. It was really sad too because they didn't deserve it. They did The Lion King too, I think. But it's tragic, and I get that the money that I would spend isn't going to them in particular. But what I'm hoping is that by demonstrating that this movie is something that that's a practice I want to see. Next time they don't make a company go bankrupt, or they know how to do it the proper way. It's probably really dumb. It's idealistic. I'm not a huge fan of Sonic. I just think that personally, they changed the movie from something I could literally meme about for all eternity into something I actually care about seeing. So, that's good enough for me, in my opinion. And trust me, I don't watch a lot of movies. Well, okay, that's not true. I watch movies, but I don't really go to the theaters. I don't like the viewing experience of going to a theater. You know, you get a whole bunch of ads, you get a bunch of noisy people on their phones. Too many audience moments where they want you to laugh or interact. I'm not a fan of all that. I just like going to a movie and watching it going home. And like, yeah, you could talk about it outside the theater, but that's the point. I forget what movie I saw, but I had an awful movie viewing experience at one point. With, well, I think it was the Belko experiment. Just a bunch of people would not shut up until they basically threatened to go call security, which was hilarious. I watched a bunch of movies in 2017. It was a good time. I watched Logan, Ghost in the Shell, what else? Belko Experiment, Alien Covenant. That was a long time ago. That was like 3 years ago. It's crazy how time flies. Okay, we don't even need to free the sabers. Now we actually play the level. But yeah, I'm interested in the Sonic movie. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Sonic. In fact, I only really ever like 2 or 3 Sonic games. But, you know what? Willing to give it a shot. Plus, it'll be fun. I like the Assassin's Creed movie, too. So, I'm being a little bit biased. Oh, shit. Okay, that scared the shit out of me. I'm being a little bit biased because the last movie I saw that was a video game movie I enjoyed. But the Assassin's Creed movie is a pretty bad movie if you don't follow the lore of Assassin's Creed. I'm fucked. Wow. Okay, that time he didn't even make contact. Okay, as long as I can stun lock him. I enjoyed it too. That was... Then the next year I played Origins, and I remember commentating about the movie while playing Origins. I honestly think Origins is, in my opinion, one of my favorite playthroughs of all time. It was kind of the playthrough that saved my channel, honestly. I had a lot of fun with it. But what my basic goals are is my life is about to revolve around Fire Emblem for the next few months. Which is funny because I plan to play less of it. So what I'm going to do is, for streams, I'm going to play 3 houses for streams. But once I beat the Golden Deer campaign, and then that'll be like a stream game. It won't be the only stream game, it'll just be a game. Oh shit, where is it? Oh my god! Basically how I felt about it when I was a kid, too. First time one of those things came dashing at me. We don't need to free them. I don't think we need to free them. I don't think it changes. Is there a treasure back here? Why do I always feel like there is and there totally isn't? Maybe like the perfect place to hide something. You know what game I wish would get a remake? Rayman 1. They need to do a Rayman trilogy. Ubisoft remembers that Rayman exists. Like, they make games for him, but I haven't played either of the side-scrollers, because I like Rayman 2. Like, Rayman 2, the Spyro trilogy, and Crash 3 were like my introduction to platforming and like gaming as a whole. Because I never did well in Rayman 1. It's actually, in my opinion, a hard game. What? I didn't know he could come off like that. Okay. I think I've killed most of them. I don't think killing all of them gets you anything. You might need to kill most, if not all of them, to activate the power-up. Okay. So you actually, I don't think you can do this. Maybe you can do this right away. You just have to dodge all of these guys. Slowdown is actually helping here. I immediately murder her right in the face.
I thought I'd be stuck in here forever. I found this.
How long is this game? Spyro 2? Spyro, the original 3 Spyros, none of them are particularly long. Especially if you want to beat it. Like, if you just want to beat this game, I actually beat it last stream. What I did is you 100% the first, like, couple of areas. And then you can just go right to the final boss once you get to the final world. This is just me, like, 100%ing it. Just to have it. I'm not 100%ing the other two right now, or anytime soon, for that matter. I'm gonna probably wait a few months. But to answer your question, Spyro 2 is not a very long game. I think you could beat it, like, just flat beat it in, like, maybe 5, maybe 6 hours. Maybe not on the first playthrough. Maybe like 10, I guess. It's not meant to be a super long game. The entire trilogy would take you however much my Steam play time is. I mean, to beat whatever, but however much my Steam time is right now. There we go. Alright, now we just gotta help Hunter. Do I like playing PvP games?
Just stand still.
Yeah. I like some PvP. I used to be way more into PvP when I was a teenager. I used to do, Call of Duty a lot specifically. But I don't really do Call of Duty anymore.
I've been...
Division, I had a lot of fun with PvP in, even though I didn't record a ton of it. I thought it was a very fun game. I think he goes to the right. Yeah, he does. I played a fair chunk. I like Gears back when it was a thing. Oh my lord, this is rough. I don't really record playing PvP games, though, to answer your question. Or, well, that wasn't your question, but I don't really record it, so it doesn't really seem like I would play it. He's such a I hate this quest. He walks back for no reason. Do you play any PvP games? Because I personally, I don't keep up with too many of them. Like when Doom Eternal comes out, I might play a little of that multiplayer. But, well, actually, maybe I won't, because I'm gonna get it on PS4. Oh, they don't. He doesn't actually get close enough to those guys. It's a fake out. Now we just need to stand over here. Oh! I used to be such a codhead, it was not even funny.
Man, dude.
I think Webb and I, we were talking about that actually yesterday on a, or was it 2 days ago on whatever stream I did?
As long as you're here, would you like
We
to...
we were talking about
All
just
right.
how COD has changed, and it is not the same beast it was when I started playing it, and I'm not. Oh shit! What the hell? Never seen him push him up the cliff like that. This version is really glitchy. Like weird stuff happens in this version. Like, I might play the new Modern Warfare if the mood really strikes me, but it's not likely. Okay.
We make a great team.
I really wanted to get into StarCraft, and if Overwatch wasn't constantly in a state of flux, I would probably play that too. Like, I like Overwatch sometimes. I think Overwatch is a good idea, but they don't really execute it very well. And I'm not a fan of, like, the way they develop the game. I've made fun of them quite a few times, actually. I'll be honest. I think it's hilarious. I think it's just hilarious the way they patch the game and everything about it. I think it's actually unironically hilarious and funny. Which is crazy, because the same studio that publishes this publishes Overwatch. Because Activision owns them. Final Fantasy XIV is PvP. I actually sometimes like playing that. I haven't played it in months, but sometimes I enjoy playing it. So, I mean, that's also another game I would play PvP. But generally, my disposition towards video games is player versus engine, or player versus environment, as I'm used to it being called. But around high school, pretty much everyone in my group of friends played PvP games. Halo, Gears, Call of Duty, Ghost Recon. There's so many of them that we played over the various years of just doing stuff. Halo, I like playing the Master Chief Collection, actually. I like Halo Reach Remastered. I think it's fun. None of my friends will play it with me, but I think it's actually a really fun game.
It's good.
And I do want to do a playthrough of it, but I gotta convince people to get it together, and I'll get to that eventually. There's no real rush. As though I don't have enough playthroughs on my plate already. Okay, good. Are we done? Yes. You know, now that I think it might have been Webb or someone who said it, now that they mention that there's no congratulatory noise, I really start to notice and miss it. Oh lord, look at that. Actually, we don't really have much left to do in Autumn Plains. That's like the most work you have to do in Autumn Plains when you come back. The rest is save the sinking dudes and Shady Oasis, and then after that we just move on to Winter Tundra. This is this one, yeah. actually. What time is it? Okay, 10. I actually do need to buy a watch. I actually did buy a watch. It came. I just haven't opened up the box. Okay.
Spiral.
What?
If
Go away. Shouldn't even be that many gems to find. I also think Spyro 3 is just more satisfying to 100% too. Really? He threw it through him. It just feels cooler to have more characters and to do more stuff. Even if it's not a ton of extra stuff. It's still just a nice, am I going to college? I am, and it's for computer science. The most fascinating degree possible. No, I'm not going to be a game developer. Everyone asks me, do you want to develop video games? No. Knowing what I know about video games, no. And the industry and the shithead companies that are behind a lot of these studios, no. I couldn't deal with it. I have too much love for the art form to pollute it with my bad ideas. Honestly, Lum, there was a time in my life I actually was considering a lot of different fields, stuff to do. That shouldn't happen either. I considered pretty much everything else at some point, besides like architecture and other stuff like that, because I knew I was never going to be good at architecture. Oh, I thought that was, I didn't even know that was on. Can you hit them? I don't know how they miss, but whatever works. For some reason, you have to walk with him. I don't remember him being like this. You have to like reassure him you're gonna help him. I'm not good. I never liked school either. I was never good at it. Like good at different subjects and stuff. I never will be good at that. You know, a lot of people sometimes they do better depending on what school they're in and stuff. I was never like that. I did not like school from the jump. From day one. Well, no, that's a lie. From like 4th grade on, I did not like school anymore.
Thanks for help.
We have this. Go away. I like how it says it afterwards. You've already collected it. Okay. My favorite part. God damn it. I really want to relearn Resident Evil 1. I want to relearn that. What? Ah, I was, like, doing weird stuff I shouldn't have. Got it. It's 1. I actually forgot about this one. It's kind of a non-event almost.
My 8 brothers. Both.
It says follow my lead, but then he doesn't really come out here. I forget if he came out here on the PlayStation version. That's gonna be the next version of this that I play, really. But yeah, I just think Fire Emblem is just a really long playthrough. And once I'm done with it, things will start to speed up a little bit. So it's good that I'm putting in like 8 hours a day to record Fire Emblem. It's not terrible. It's not like it's fun. It's not like it's an awful existence. It's just in the grand scheme of having like 12 playthroughs I want to do between now and like August. 12 big RPG playthroughs. I can definitely see how this is, it's a taxing sort of a deal. And I should have had it done. Honestly, I should have had it done in July when it came out. And I remember distinctly the day it came out, I was like, alright, I gotta actually sit down and record this game. And then I just literally did not. I proceeded to be lazy. I was like, okay. And that's just, it's just life. Sometimes I just don't do playthroughs anymore. I don't think I'm gonna take another break like that, though. I've spent the last 3 years on a break. I think it's time to kind of get back into overdrive. I'm missing out on too many games. Really? What? Oh, I still have the power up. I was about to say. I was gonna accuse that of being a glitch. That actually makes it so much faster. I've never done that before. To be able to use the invincibility like that. Because you could just cut him off by walking on the thing. Oh, we missed it. See, it's just meant, like, I don't know. I'll probably just run over to my local theater, which isn't too far away, and just be like, hey, do you have any tickets for a showing of Sonic that isn't, like, at an awful time? I can't remember the last time I saw him. No, I can. I saw the Green Book, and, was it Black Panther? I saw both of those with my mom. That was a good time. She's not a big Marvel fan. She doesn't know the first thing about Marvel, actually. But it was an enjoyable experience, and honestly, I think going to see movies with your family is a good time no matter what movie it is. So I didn't mind. What was I going to do anyway? Play Final Fantasy XIV? Stay in my room some more? Very exciting stuff, let me tell you. Did I not do the jar? I guess I did. But yeah, I do want to change the stream layout again. Where did it go? Crap, I already forgot. There it is. I knew it was somewhere around here. Like, I have a couple of ideas for the stream layout that I want to play with, because I said I would change them. This is nice, I guess, but we gotta bring back, like, the old days. I never did render out all those GIFs, which I need to do. So hopefully sometime in the next, like, month, I'll be changing the layout of my streams a lot. Is this the beginning of the stage? Yeah, it is. Alright. Level. So I mean, a lot of these Autumn Plain levels are pretty short. There's only a couple that are actually long. Like the latter ones are not long at all. It's just like, hey, do you have head bash? No, then you got to come back later. It's like what was that? Like a 5-hour stream of Metroid like 2 days ago. It was good times. It's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday, and I'm gonna, tomorrow's Toonami, so we'll stream before Toonami. That's what we'll do. Like that's my new thing now, is I stream right leading up to Toonami. But this time, I'm not ending at 11 o'clock anymore, exactly. I'm gonna do, we did Icy Speedway. I think this is the only world in all the Spyro Remaster games where they fill up the entire left side. Aquaria Towers, all seaweed. Perfect in hockey, all windmills, all cacti. All trees. 3 lamps of supercharge. What? Oh, 3 laps of supercharge. I mean, you could do that. It's not impossible, it's just annoying. Icy Speedway under 115, Metro Speedway under 115. Gulps overlook perfect, and then also hit Ripto. I didn't even know you could do that. You could hit Ripto. And if you can do it, I keep forgetting you can do it. I wonder if that's a thing you could do on the PlayStation 1 version, you know? It's always with these remakes, it's kind of like, look at that choppiness. Wow, that's not good. Always one of those things that makes me wonder. Is that like an Easter egg thing that maybe they had on the other versions? Anyway, I think what I'll also do is I've been compiling a list of all the video games I own. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it in an Excel spreadsheet as well as a Google Doc. All the video games I own. So like if I'm out and about, I can document, like, because sometimes what I'll do is I'll go out and like, oh, I'll look at this. Oh, here's this game I don't think I own. And sometimes I legitimately own it. Actually, I think I'm going to stop there for Spyro at least. But I don't really know what I would do other than Spyro. That's a good question. Here's Yoshi. Yoshi was the other game I really liked on the Switch. I did like it a lot. Well, let's think. What can we do? What can I do? I wish I had my Game Boy player set up, but I really don't. And I really, I'm never going to get it set up at this rate. I've been really bad about that. Maybe I'll call it here. It'll be the shortest stream I think I've ever done. But I did start it late, and I did kind of push the time back. And then what I can do tomorrow is this way I'll be able to get done what I need to do tonight. And I can play Fire Emblem, hopefully for another 8 hours tomorrow. Oh no, I'm going to go see that movie? Fuck. This is another reason why I hate going to see movies. It's a time sink, too. Yeah, I think I'll just call it here then, though. Do I even deserve to play any sound clips for a stream that's under an hour? I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's been quite a busy week for me, though, I'll say that. And thankfully I have a good few days off, so. Alright, well, probably maybe even too short for its own good. But what I'll do tomorrow is I will try to think up something to do on stream, and then we'll go from there. I don't even think I get to play sound clips on this one. Yeah, so other than that, yeah, Lum, I'll be streaming tomorrow. I just think today is kind of a bad day. Because I'm kind of falling behind on stuff that I do need to do, which is a little annoying. But I'll let you know how the movie goes, if there's like an 80% chance I'm going to go see it. But yeah, I'll definitely stream tomorrow for sure. And I'll start early because that way I can get... I'm never going to finish this stupid game of Fire Emblem, I guess. Because if I'm gone most of tomorrow watching a movie, that's going to be a large chunk of time. Alright, well, it was fun. It always is fun. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it.
Me.